Father Gamer Podcast.
Nope, I just feel the need to say that I'm at the point in my life where I make Rick and Morty jokes multiple times a day, very casually, and I just am surprised when people don't know what I'm talking about.
They're just like,
for
what
some
are
reason.
You know, surprisingly, like there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people I know that love Rick and Morty, but I'm really surprised at how limited that group is. Like I know
because and then when you show somebody, finally they're like, "Holy shit, where has this show been my whole life?"
It's like in front of your fucking face.
Exactly. It's all about like it's like it's gonna be like the long term like cult. Cartoon, honestly.
Well, comedy in general, like it. But it's funny though. The first episode I watched it, and I was like, I don't know. Like, it just didn't mesh with me really for some reason, the first episode.
Pilots are always like that, though.
And
Pilots are always slightly off the mark.
6 months later, I watched episode 2 and was like, oh, I love this show. But the pilot just didn't do it for me. And in Harmon, I'm a big fan of his. And so, I don't know. But this isn't the Rick and Morty show.
It could be.
It could be, because I think between the three of us, we probably should at some point when season 3 comes out.
I will cry.
I hope. Yes! Maybe they'll kill one of the characters.
I've been waiting for this so
Maybe they'll kill one of the
long.
characters at the very beginning. With
Dude,
a baseball bat.
at the end of season 3,
wrecked my soul.
What season are we on?
Season 3 is going to be the new one.
Oh, okay. So the end of season 2 was crazy. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I love the small planet. It's hilarious.
I need to see how many times though they've died.
You have like flies.
And it's not just me though. I don't know. By the way,
but that's like a convention.
Oh yeah.
By the way,
we haven't even
Food
said
contest.
Oh,
I think the mic.
It's the Overlord.
I don't.
Anyway,
know.
coming up at 5:30, we have the costume contest over in the second panel hall going on.
Yeah, guys, can you see that? We have the costume
Judges Miss
contest.
Mandy Motionless, Dennis Haskins, and a mystery judge will judge your costumes.
By the way,
So head on over
that was
there,
my
start
nickname in
getting ready.
college, Mandy Motionless.
At 5:30.
Oh no!
So we are at STX, the Brazos Valley Comic Con. This is the second year they've been here. Did y'all go last year?
I did not.
I did not.
Okay. It is definitely a smaller con.
Yeah.
But really, honestly, all we have here in the giant metroplex of Bryan College Station.
Yeah.
That sarcasm there.
It's like the biggest town I've
Like
ever
when you told me you were going to be here, I thought you meant RTX, which is in Austin.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that'd be fun to go to. I wish I would have known. And then it got brought up that y'all are going to be here. And I was like, oh, shit. How much is it? $25? Okay.
Well, we can see it from the palatial Father Gamer estate, like where we record, but
Yeah.
it's
small, but there's a lot of really cool stuff here.
well, okay, we just saw.
It's better
I
than what
just
I
saw
thought it would
Mr.
be.
Belding a minute ago. He was walking by from Saved by the Bell, and he was eating Subway. I've got to point that out. Mr. Belding was eating Subway, so
What?
I don't know how to feel about it. Like, did y'all watch? I know you guys are a little younger, but did y'all watch Saved by the Bell at
A
all?
little bit.
Nope.
I was
never
more of a
did.
Boy Meets World.
That was probably like, oh my god, these flies.
I think Boy Meets World came directly after.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was
I
probably
was
right
definitely
after.
Boy Meets World. Watched that definitely.
Well, they're not here, so.
Yeah.
And I was walking around with Ransom, and I was just like, oh, here's the woman who did Jim's voice.
Don't give a fuck.
Yeah, this is like he just didn't care. So, what is there anything here? I meing, you were looking at the car from Supernatural.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's the car from Supernatural.
That's
Y'all are just repeating each other.
we're just repeating each other. So
We're just repeating each other.
So yeah, this is definitely smaller, but I've been able to talk to a few people that I think it. Well, I know Ken Lashley. He's a friend of mine. I've been able to. I walked up and talked to him, And I remember at like San Diego, I couldn't get Comic-Con. I couldn't get anywhere near it. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And Ransom's looking at, what are you looking at?
Audio levels.
Okay, yeah, so this is going to be pretty much a really rough episode. Because basically...
We're using a boom mic to mic all three of us.
Yeah, pretty much, so...
We'll see how this works.
But, so, I guess... Do y'all want to do it sort of like a normal show? A little bit?
Yeah, we can just see where it goes.
Let's do whatever.
This is like easy peasy.
Fast and loose, just crazy.
So,
yeah, that's my other name in college, was Fast and Loose.
So fast and loose and
are we gonna
Mindy
pause?
motionless?
Something like that, huh?
Are we going to pause for the what's in your system?
Hold on.
Audio?
We can do that. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
What's in your system?
Go.
That was amazing. Like the entire... Everybody at the convention just stopped. Because they just knew that
Because that's how much authority we have.
Yes. It was just, there's Bender and one of the Ghostbusters walking by.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters.
I just ate my dinner
costume.
next to Harley Quinn and Deadpool.
Which that's every convention.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be honest. It is cool.
There's got to be one.
It's a requirement to have at least one Harley and one Deadpool.
I mean, otherwise, they have to. The convention police have to close down the convention.
They close it down.
Yeah.
So,
Which is how it goes.
It's really weird though to have. Like, I mean, we have AggieCon every year, but it's kind of like, and this is no knock on AggieCon, it's kind of more tabletop games now, and a few people, like a few guests, but it's mostly like just hanging out and talking nerdy and having fun. And which is fun, but it's interesting to actually see
like a whole exhibition floor.
Yeah, and that's something that I want to see more in this area, and I'm kind of curious to see where this could go, because I know a lot of these little conventions. It's hard to keep them afloat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm just really curious.
Need
to
support.
See. Yeah, absolutely. Nerdy and BCS.
So did you go to the one last year?
I had mono.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And I remember, like,
I had mono for like years.
It wasn't
That's what
years.
it felt like, anyway.
Years of mono.
For you, it felt like years.
It's taken 2-3
Maybe
years
like
for me.
millennia. It felt like millennia.
For me, it felt like a day, because I don't remember actually.
Oh.
There's literal months I don't remember. So I do remember. I think Mike went last year.
I think so too.
And a few other people.
I was just wondering, has it grown just a little bit from like last year?
From my understanding, yes.
Okay.
From a few people I've talked to, and
It's got that upward momentum.
and that's really, I don't know. It's something. In a world that we have all these huge conventions now, like Dallas has a big convention probably every week almost now. I'm really curious to see something like this as kind of an experiment to me, to see these smaller conventions pop up around.
Yeah.
I saw a convention over there, and I'm pointing, and you guys can't see, and I almost got, but there's a convention going to be in Killeen.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, and it's just, you wouldn't think, oh, Killeen, but Killeen's got a lot of people.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you've got the military base too.
Yep,
So
there's a lot of people.
So anyway, since we're now in what's in our system, Katy,
Oh yes.
what's in your system?
So I've been playing a lot of an indie game called Shoe. It's by Coatsink, which we've done quite a. Cinelinx has partnered with quite a bit. Father Gamer Productions in particular has partnered a lot with. We've done interviews for them, and I'm actually reviewing the game for Cinelinx right now, and I've really, really been enjoying it. It's a platformer, but it feels I can see the speedrunning capabilities.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, it's what I like about it is every world introduces you to new characters that you use to interact with the course.
Yeah.
Essentially that you're running.
Yeah.
And one guy makes it so you can do a ground pound. One person makes it so you can walk on water. One person
So
makes
they
it
have
so
like
you
different
can.
abilities.
Yeah, one person makes it so you can wall jump, but you have to utilize them in really particular ways every single course. And honestly, I found that you have to complete it with really good accuracy every time you do it. every time you run, or you're gonna just have to like start over from the beginning.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice, I guess.
It's kind of like, is it kind of like Super Meat Boy in the difficulty?
No, I wouldn't say it's not that difficult, but
Okay.
it's kind of similar to that, I guess.
Okay.
But definitely not as difficult in terms of like the skill cap, I guess that it requires
Super
to really
Meat Boy's insane.
Yes, exactly. but it's really good. They do they use checkpoints a lot because there are some areas that you do have to like really fuck around with. Like literal like frames separated me from just getting to another checkpoint many times.
even that first level.
Yes, exactly.
Just getting from you're being chased. And
that's what they do is those chase levels are incorporated in as well, and those are only a portion of the level. So if you game over in the third part of the level, you have to go all the way back and then complete the first portion, the run portion, and the third one. I mean, but it's really fun because once you get it, you just trust the game.
Yeah.
It's as few keystrokes as possible, so you can see what you're supposed to do. Which sometimes I think with platformers, you're like, what the fuck how am I even supposed to do that? You know?
Yeah.
So I'm really enjoying it, and I'll be putting the review for it will be on Cinelinks by the time the show is posted. So
I'm really curious to see because I've played it on the PlayStation 4, and I'm really curious to see like response time and all that stuff. If it's almost easier on the mouse and keyboard.
I'm playing actually on mouse and keyboard because I'm a noob and I'm still running Windows 7 Ultimate on my
Windows
PC.
7 is so much better than Windows 10.
And I don't have for some reason I cannot find my wired Xbox controller, so I Xbox One and PS4 controllers. Apparently, Windows 7 isn't compatible with Bluetooth. So
Really?
I bought a Bluetooth adapter for my desktop, set it all up, downloaded the drivers.
Like, nope.
It took, and of course, it took me fucking forever to figure that out. So I've been playing on keyboard and mouse, and I like it, but I feel like I would actually do a lot better with a controller. So I'll be interested to see the difference.
Yeah, let us know because
I find myself like reaching across the keyboard, like the key setup, like the key mapping isn't like the best. But considering how many keys you are kind of using all at the same time, there's really not a whole lot of choices.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm not a huge fan of keyboard and mice for platformers, but beggars can't be choosers, so.
Yes, they can.
And then I've been playing a lot of League of Legends and Overwatch. Sombra just got announced today, finally, because it's BlizzCon going on right now as well.
What's her big thing?
I'm not entirely sure. I've been playing a lot more League recently. My new roommate plays a lot of League, so I've been roped in. So
I recently watched the Overwatch Championship.
Yeah.
That was such a trip for me.
Yeah.
Like just, it's all those, and this is speaking as one of the nerdy people. I'm one of you guys, but it's all those guys. It's like I hate sports. I can't stand sports. And then you sit down and you watch this thing, and it looks like Sports Center. Like they all have the headphones.
Yep.
The bad headphones are like, well, if you look over at Torborn, like he was doing this thing, and then it's just like, what? But I heard the pot was like insane for it. Not the actual pot to smoke, but the actual money pot. Yeah.
That I didn't hear about.
Yeah, there was a hefty amount went in the pot too. Whoever won, so I'm sure there was.
I mean, it's Blizzard,
other as well,
so I mean, it's Blizzard, so I mean, what can you expect?
No, they're gonna go all out with.
They really did. So, anything else you've been playing?
Aside from Overwatch, I mean, I started over on The Witcher because
nice.
I really want to get all the trophies, but I didn't get the Gwent card from the Baron before you can't get it from him anymore. So I can't get the Gwent.
Yourself.
Yes, but I've been,
the game.
I got to the end of the game and I was like, man, I played this game for like a year and a half. So I started over and I've been playing like like a couple times a week, just enjoying it now that I know how to enjoy it. Try to fucking.
There's a lot of like different choices you can make.
Exactly. Yeah, that too.
I've restarted that game 6 times. I love the game. No, not played through.
Restarted.
Like I forgot where I'm at.
Yeah.
And then you just restart.
Yeah, it's all the DLC though. It's always like in the DLC section, and I'm just like Eventually, I'll go back and I will beat it all the way through of all the DLC, and then I will throw it away and never look at it again because it's an amazing game, but I cannot restart anything like that again.
It's a commitment.
Yeah,
it is. It's a very, very, very
Hefty.
long game.
But it's great. That's what I love about it.
But yeah, it's a quality game.
I mean, they keep pushing back Final Fantasy 15, so I need something to...
You need like some sort of RPG.
Did you hear they added multiplayer?
To what?
To Final Fantasy. There's a multiplayer section, like certain stuff you can play with 4 players.
Oh, that's cool.
Really
That's
weird.
partially the reason why I got delayed. So...
That's
Well-
funny. Usually games take out features in their last months
So-
and not add features.
Well, who knows at this point, though? They could have, like... They could have taken something out, so...
But aside from that, that's it.
Ransom,
really.
you been playing anything?
I've been playing a little bit of Civilization 6, but I've been playing less of that. I hit that game like super hard.
The judges and MC are getting ready to start the costume contest. Sorry for the delay.
It's
The
okay.
costume contest will start in just a few seconds.
God didn't sound like I thought he
Thanks
was.
God. Anyway, so I've been playing Civilization. Oh, I've also been playing. Have y'all heard of Space Engineers?
No,
Yes.
another one of those games you made up.
No, Katy agrees with me. It's a real game. So.
It is a real game.
I've been playing a little bit of that. Been designing spaceships. They added a whole lot to that game.
So you get to do
So
things other than design spaceships?
it's like a survival game. It's kind of like Minecraft,
Okay, cool.
except it's outer space and you mine asteroids. But recently, they've added planets to the game. So it's kind of scratching that No Man's Sky thing that No Man's Sky never delivered on.
I've been told not to scratch that because I heard it's catchy and you need some kind of salve for it. Be careful.
But yeah, I've been playing Space Engineers. So, but other than that, not too much. Working on music and stuff. That's mainly what I've been doing. Not playing as much video games.
I finally picked up a copy. I rented it because there's so many damn games coming out.
Yeah.
Battlefield 1.
That's dope.
And it definitely sets itself apart from the other Battlefields. It's way. I mean, I played every one of them, so like I knew right away when I jumped in the mechanics, but the storyline and how you play multiplayer.
I've heard the storyline is like really good.
It's really intense. The whole beginning tutorial is you basically doing different things and dying. And they say like Lieutenant blah blah blah.
That's really cool.
Dies.
So they kind of like in like the original Call of Duty. In the original Call of Duty, or in Modern Warfare.
I just realized the voice of God is Mr. Belding.
Oh.
He literally
That's
just walked
funny.
past us with the microphone. So
Well,
anyway, yeah, it's
because I remember in Modern Warfare, the first one, you had they kind of did that same thing where you're playing as your first character on the American side,
get shot in the face.
and then you get then you get shot.
the first person shooting the face.
Or no, he dies in an atomic bomb explosion.
Oh yeah. No, this one.
And that was a real cool moment.
This one's kind of, it's very interesting where you, it's basically showing you how the tank works, how the different weapons, switching weapons. It's a basic tutorial, but you keep switching. In the very end, if you keep dying, you keep switching to other people in the battlefield, and each time they die, it pops up. Oh, you were this person, or you were this person. And it's kind of. And they try to do something a little different that I haven't seen before, of where they're humanizing. They're like, the people that are dying, they're all humans. They're all...
Yeah, so do they give them, like, the characters that you play as a little bit more background and kind of more character development?
So far, I haven't gotten so much, but into, like, the actual story of the main campaign, I'm about 20 minutes in, and it's 30 minutes into that.
Yeah.
And you have to do the tutorial before you do anything. So it kind of made me feel like, but even the tutorial kind of had story. Like, it was kind of...
Because that's what I hate. I hate, if you're going to have a tutorial, have it, like, well-designed and not shitty.
It's probably one of the best tutorials I've seen, especially for a Battlefield, because it's not like, it doesn't just stop the action all the time. It's just kind of like, this is what's happening, this is what you need to do.
I like that style of, like, in the tutorial, everyone dies, right? You know, or your character dies.
It pretty much says...
So it just keeps jumping from, like...
It says that the people were on the front line, and they were not expected to live. Because that's true. During World War I, everybody on the front line was not expected to live. And that was such a different war compared to anything else that's ever happened before.
I mean, even the leaps between... or technological and strategic leaps between World War I and World War II is pretty
it's
great.
It's insane. Well, World War I, you had tanks, you had
the blossoming of the Air Force.
Yeah, you had Air Force, you had gas chemical warfare. You had
trenches,
flamethrowers. You had
and a big thing on artillery.
A lot of artillery, and there's actually one of the parts in the tutorial where you take out a cannon. And you keep forgetting that there pretty much doesn't look much different than a cannon did. Like, it's like a souped-up Civil War cannon.
Yeah, no, that's how they look.
Yeah.
They look like Civil War cannons on steroids.
Yeah, and it's... Which, by the way, the tank doesn't look much better. Like, it just looks like they put wheels on one of those things.
Yeah.
Well, they already had wheels, but you know what I mean. And then... it's just very guttural. It's very, I hate to use the visceral thing, but that's used all the time. It's a very dirty feeling that war was in general. With a lot of mud, a lot of the trenches and whatnot. Yeah. This one, you use your bayonet, you use shovel, you use... There's a lot
like
of
a melee weapon?
Yeah, you use a lot more melee. There's always been melee, but there's a lot more.
Well, now they have, like, specific melee, because don't they have maces also?
Yeah, they have maces, but one of my favorite, because I jumped right into multiplayer, because I wanted to kind of... I kind of wanted to see the multiplayer first, before... Because I was kind of deciding if I'm going to make the commitment to actually purchase the game. Yeah. I've actually reviewed every Battlefield back-to-back company, so this is the first time that I didn't have a reviewable copy. And there's just, like I said, there's Titanfall, there's Call of Duty.
There's so many games coming out. That's the problem I'm encountering.
So
I can't keep up with all of them.
I jumped into multiplayer. Multiplayer is, well, the first one plays like a conquest type thing, where you take over sections. Mm-hmm. And they've had similar variations in this throughout Battlefield. And it's very... I feel bad for whoever has to be the defenders, because if you don't capture the 2 points in your sectors, you still have like 2 more chances to re-up throughout because these matches go forever.
Yeah.
And so right off the bat, I jumped into where I had a horse.
A horse.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
I had a horse and I have a sword.
Right on.
And I'm just riding through.
So how does the horse combat feel? Like, is it difficult?
It's like anything in Battlefield. You need to practice. Because the first thing I did was like, yeah, I'm running.
And
like
you just go,
like
shot off.
I basically got shot in the head, sniped in the head. And then about the second time, I was like, okay, well, I'm not running because I thought the horse has to have like some superpower or something. Like my brain was like, I gotta be something. There's got to be something about me having a horse that makes me more awesome.
Yeah.
And so I can't quite figure out what that is right now.
Oh, so...
But it just looks cool kind of thing.
So not really functional, but it looks cool.
Well, I think there is functionality to it, but I can't quite
You haven't figured it out.
Speed, definitely.
Yeah.
So you could run to, like, let's say one of the locations a little bit quicker. But there was a castle. It was at the end of one of these capture points. And this guy jumps over this small wall. And I didn't even know that was there. I wouldn't have known that was there unless he had jumped over the wall. And he starts shooting at me, and I just kind of zigzagged, like a serpentine. And I take out my sword and just go, and just cut him down, right? And then I jumped over the wall and went into the camp and started taking over the position. and
then
then
that
like
made you feel pretty cool.
made me feel cool, and then a mortar round hit me. But
Well,
it,
it's got to end somewhere.
and then there was
know?
horse meat everywhere. And then the second
Just
time,
as good as people meat.
well, yeah, just
Justice.
more filling. And then the third time I was on a horse, I'm just like galloping away, just like, this is awesome, and swinging. I killed like 2 people with a sword, running by this, and then I just hear this, and I kind of turned the camera back just in time to see like a kamikaze biplane
Oh my gosh.
run into my horse. Like, he killed me on purpose, just like ran straight into me with the plane. So I mean, so far the little I played,
Man,
we're
that
definitely.
dude really wanted to kill.
He really wanted to kill the horse, is what it was. I don't think it was me, I think it was the horse. I think there's some kind of problem.
So
with
have
that.
you flown planes in that
Yeah,
game?
it feels like the control. Actually, I think flying the jets was easier.
Really?
Yeah, there's
mean,
there's definitely a weird glide to it, which would be kind of almost realistic. Shooting is a bit rough. I mean, the cool thing I like about planes, though, is like you can have the pilot who can shoot, and then you can have a tail gunner and a front gunner. So you basically have this flying tank, kind of, and that's fun. Like but at the same time, it's a lot of pressure because you're like, don't fuck up, don't fuck up, because these people are gonna be really pissed when I fly.
Oh
and I flew straight into like a flagpole one time,
Oh,
and I was just like, I looked
chat
around.
just erupted.
Yeah, and it was like accident. That's what it said at the bottom, and I'm just like, those guys were like, like I know they were.
They're just cursing your name.
It's kind of going back to the old Battlefield with the helicopter.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I'm gonna be the pilot. This is gonna be so awesome.
Oh my
I'm gonna be the
gosh.
pilot, and all of a sudden they just kind of go backwards and just
you're
fly
like-
off the map.
Yeah, that just
Yeah.
reminds me of all the times where it's like people are like, "Do you even know how to fly?"
Of course I
to
do.
the helicopter, and the person's like, "Oh yeah," and then everyone piles in, takes off, and then it crashes into a tree, and then everyone dies.
It's like a team kill. Yeah, and I always play as a medic, and it definitely it feels like Battlefield.
Yeah.
It's not much different, but it's weird. I feel parts of Battlefront. So things they learned from Battlefront that did work, they kind of
That they wanted to incorporate,
It's
yeah.
the same group, so they kind of incorporated some of the Battlefront things, some of the mechanics,
Yeah,
the better things, and
yeah.
and
I hope the good things from that game.
they have packs too, which every first-person shooter seems to have right now, like battle packs, like stuff you
Yeah.
unlock and you buy,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. Which they've had that for a while for Battlefield, but they have it in Gears as well, and they have it in so far so good. I mean, we'll definitely talk more about it because
I'll probably be getting it just because it sounds pretty cool.
I know Colby and Kyle are playing it, so I'm sure we'll have a discussion. And Kyle's playing Titanfall 2, and I will probably pick that up soon as well. So we'll talk about it, and then
Just waiting for Pokemon.
Pokemans.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what's gonna happen the week Pokemon comes out.
The world is gonna end.
Because I like to have. Well, it's gonna be after the election, so we don't know at
You
this
know,
point.
you really don't know.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping Pokemon would come out before the election, but we'll see what happens. So in the
So it's gonna bring this divided nation together.
It will-
Actually, no.
gonna
There's gonna be a
unite us.
moon faction and a sun
Oh,
faction.
so yeah, it's gonna divide us even more.
yeah,
Thanks.
stupid Nintendo.
Thanks.
So we'll probably have a show. Well, we definitely will have number 69 before then, but we'll probably have a show right around Pokemon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I usually like to record one right around my birthday because that's when we usually have the group orgy. So Ransom was taking a drink. I was hoping there would be a spit take.
No, I'm too used to
Very
your
too.
humor.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's like really bad dad humor. I know that. I'm aware of
But
it.
like it's that's like the greatest form of humor, you know.
It is.
It doesn't get a lot of love.
Do you think that
You know?
Bulbasaur?
It's an art form.
This is a pause. Do you think that Bulbasaur is still there?
Oh yeah.
What Bulbasaur?
Well, because I guess you gonna go buy it? Okay. Yeah, she found this Bulbasaur. It's like this plushy, soft, like the softest plushy Bulbasaur I've ever seen in my entire life.
This I'll have to see this.
I'm sure you will. Yeah, that's the thing. There's a
buying it,
lot
yeah.
of vendors. I'm actually really tempted to buy some stuff here. There's a lot of vendors.
Yeah. Yeah, this turned out better than I expected it would be. I was kind of expecting something kind of lame, and it wasn't.
No.
It wasn't lame.
No, it
Pretty
isn't.
cool convention.
I'm hoping there's one of the animators for the original Masters of the Universe cartoon just walked by.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's my brain, like,
Right.
I knew who that was right when he walked by. With He-Man, like, because that's the whole convention's about. Like, this one seems to be focused a lot on 80s stuff.
Yeah.
And
Like older.
Shh.
You're old.
You'll be there one day.
Yeah.
Well, probably not now that we know that where you're going, but
Yeah. Could get shot.
you want to talk about that? Maybe?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, maybe something we could talk about.
Yeah, that's pretty. So I'm probably going to be moving to Detroit in a
Yeah,
couple months.
the only person moving to Detroit.
Yeah, everyone else is moving out,
Like,
and I'm like, time to
When,
move
when,
in.
when you actually like land at the airport, the lady is gonna be like, we never have people come here. What do you?
I'm like, what do you want to like move into Detroit? Like, what are you doing?
the mayor actually checks you in.
Yeah.
Here's the key to the city. Here's the. We'd like to thank
we
you.
have a visitor. We have a visitor.
Here's a pass to the Rock and Roll Museum. Yeah.
They just give me everything. They're like, please stay.
Detroit Tigers
Please
season
stay.
passes.
Dude, I wish. That'd be awesome.
They're actually that's. I have a reason to visit
Detroit now.
Detroit.
Yeah.
Now, if you'd only moved to Chicago, that would.
No, I don't want to move to Chicago. I don't think there's anything about Chicago that I would like.
There's food.
Okay, I like food, but
Food in Chicago is really awesome. And apparently there's a winning baseball team now.
Yeah.
oh yeah, the
That was
Cubs won. Did you?
crazy.
So like, I never watch baseball.
Yeah.
But the one time I do, I was watching that game, and it was worth it.
That
Worth
was
the watch.
The
crazy.
good old American pastime.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I never participate in. And
I played the heck out of baseball all the way through to high school. Like I almost went to college.
what were you?
I was the fluffer. No, I
I was like,
no, I was a pitcher.
really?
Yeah, I know I have the pitcher physique right now, but no, I was a really good pitcher.
Actually, that's what I was gonna guess, that you're a pitcher.
I mean, my ego.
Not a catcher. I feel like
Oh, we
like
got the
hanging
jokes.
fruit, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
By the way,
Swipe
your
it.
hanging fruit reference actually goes into that too. No, I
Yep.
was, I was a pitcher.
Triple entendre.
Yeah.
I
Going hard with
I was
the
actually
jokes.
I was actually really really good with it, and then I broke my clavicle and dislocated my shoulder.
Whoops.
So that was craziness. So
That is, man. I bet that's horrible on your arm pitching.
so yeah, we have fans. That's what it is.
Yeah, fans.
That's
are
definitely
just,
what that was.
Fans
was
have
fans.
just been walking up all day saying, "Oh man, it's so
Hey,
great to meet
I'll be
y'all
your
finally."
I'll be your catcher.
No, but no
It's
one's
like,
talking to
Eric,
us.
I heard you were a pitcher
Yeah.
for a long time.
At least it's better than Keymaster and Gatekeeper. So, but yeah, it was a great game. Like I watched. I think my favorite part was. Did y'all see Bill Murray?
Oh yeah, I definitely saw
Bill
Murray.
Bill Murray is like one of the biggest Chicago. Well, he's from Chicago, but he's one of the biggest Chicago Cubs fans, and they just kind of let him do whatever because it's Bill
because
Murray.
it's Bill fucking Murray.
Like I'll get back to another thing about him in a little bit, but he just kind of. I saw him on the field afterwards, and he was crying, and they were interviewing him, and half of what he said didn't make sense because I think he might have had some kind of stroke because he was so excited.
Because he was so excited.
And then it showed him in the dressing room with one of the players, and they were kind of crying together. and they were both drinking champagne, and then he was someplace else. Like this was all in a window, like
He's
30
just like
minutes.
he's
Yeah.
just perpetually everywhere.
Yeah, well, when I went to San Diego Comic-Con a few years ago, I was walking around, and I started looking at something, and I look over, and Bill Murray's standing right next to me, and he's just looking at something, and nobody's looking at him. Nobody's like paying attention as Bill Murray.
You're just like,
And then this is how it happened. I would go, "Oh my God, it's Bill Murray!" And I'm just like, "Do I say something?"
Dude,
and then
totally
do I get a picture?
Dude, you
and then
totally
I
get a
looked down to
picture.
get my phone. I looked over. He was gone.
oh no.
So I think Bill Murray's a vampire
he sensed you
or something.
He was
Yeah.
like, oh, this dude knows who I am.
So
Nightcrawler.
yeah, he's a
The
Nightcrawler.
Yeah, he's
That smell. Yeah. That's the smell of fame.
smell of fame. Bill Murray fame.
That's what I say in the morning at least. Kids, that's the smell of fame.
Did any of y'all ever watch?
Just like ripping ass like as you walk by, kids. That's the smell of fame.
Pretty much.
Did any of
What
y'all
a dad
ever
thing.
watch Saint Valentine?
No.
It was his newest movie that he was.
Oh yeah.
It's actually pretty good.
Really?
With
Yeah.
with
What's her
Ghostbuster.
face. Man, I can't
It's
remember.
a
her
Ghostbuster
name.
girl, right?
Yeah. It's
Kristen Wiig?
No.
I don't know the other ones.
Oh, she's also in Spy and
Oh.
is it?
I know her
something-
name. I don't. This is so bad.
It's
McCarthy.
McCarthy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't
Yeah.
remember
Melissa
her first
McCarthy.
Yes.
Melissa. Yeah. Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah.
From Gilmore Girls.
Yep. Yep. Gilmore Girls.
Which is coming this month.
At the end of this month.
Yeah.
Might as well be
Were
December.
you a Gilmore Girls fan?
I actually didn't watch Gilmore Girls like in full till I was in college and needed something to avoid studying for finals with. But I had watched it an episode, like a lot of episodes in high school. But then I like literally powered through it the week of finals because I didn't want to study.
I'm really surprised. My youngest, that seems like it'd be right up her alley to like.
It's kind of hit or miss for people because of the writing. Some people aren't fans of the real quick wit. Like they're like it's too unrealistic. I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah, so is The Flash, but I still watch it too. So,
Right?
Yeah. So anything else cool you saw? Like I know
Yeah,
there's some
we saw
Stranger Things.
Terry Parr from Show Enough
Oh,
Studios.
yeah.
He was here with.
Shout out.
He had a huge booth with
Yeah,
a lot of really cool stuff.
They always seem to have a lot of stuff to show.
Really fucking cool stuff. There's a lot of prints that I want to buy, and I did buy, and I'm going to buy tomorrow.
With this, there's a ton of really cool stuff in the booths.
Yeah.
And that's one of the cool things about having one of these around here is you don't really get to see this stuff in the wild. Like,
Yeah.
Especially in our town.
Yeah.
Really, the only deposit for like nerdy stuff forever was Hastings.
Hastings, now it's so dead.
So there
so
really
gone.
isn't anything
No, there really isn't.
unless you want to go to like a topic or something. And it
I mean,
kinda
you can
does.
put-
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Hot Topic. Yeah.
Well, they sometimes do.
Yeah.
They're the only place I found my Infinity Gauntlet. So I mean,
That's pretty cool.
They opened up that Think Geek store in Dallas.
yeah, we need one here.
Yeah.
Or wait, it's pretty much almost GameStop
Wait,
now.
Think Geek has actual like brick and mortar stores.
Now
Yeah.
they do, apparently.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Yeah, we
there's-
need one here, definitely.
I think there's one in Dallas, and I think one's opening up in Houston. Or
Maybe.
something. Yeah. So
But yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of really cool stuff. There's a lot of really cool cosplays walking around. But yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see if maybe it'll be busier tomorrow.
yeah, I think I'm gonna come back up tomorrow and probably bring just recorder and stuff and see how it is. And
Okay.
all that jazz. So
Pretty dope.
guys, by the time I'm gonna probably post this the same day, so tonight. And if you guys listen to this and you're in the Bryan College Station area or in Brazos Valley at all, come take a look at the STX Brazos Valley Comic Con. If you see one of us, probably don't know what we look like, but we'll be the sexiest.
You'll
people
know.
there. Yeah.
You'll
know.
know. You'll know.
Because we have the smell of success.
Smell of fame. Can you get your
Smell
own
of fame.
quote right?
Yeah.
No.
It's supposed to be meta.
Yeah. Well, speaking of fame, I don't know why this goes to anything. You dressed as something.
Oh yes, I'm dressed as Jessica Jones.
Yes. I'm dressed as something.
I'm also dressed as something. I'm dressed as a cameraman and an audio man.
Yeah, and that stopped recording.
Yeah, so I've kind of failed my job.
I have my my Start Team Racing shirt on, so I'm obviously one of the pit crew.
Obviously.
I have a Punisher hat on.
I had a guy at the gas station that's right next to it, next to here. He goes, I never heard of that. Start. He goes, where's he at? And I saw him in Florida. It was amazing. Like,
Oh my
like
God.
one of the best cars I've ever seen. That's interesting. Like, he was just talking to me about
That's
NASCAR.
so funny.
So, which I would have figured I've gotten that more in Florida than here, but apparently.
Right? No.
Well, guys, thank you for listening. We're going to put all the links in the show notes about everything to do with STX and what everyone's doing. And make sure to tune in very soon. We will have episode 69, which will be nothing but WTFs. I'm nervous about it, partially because I've been building it up.
There's going to be a lot of Florida stories, I'm going to tell you that.
There is going to be a lot of Florida stories. Actually, when we record, it's going to be post-election.
Oh shit.
Oh,
So
It'll be perfect.
That might be
all around. What the fuck?
it's all around what the fuck.
So definitely make sure to take a look at all of our old shows. You can find them at cinelinks.com, iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, TuneIn Radio. I'm pretty sure in the stall here I'm gonna put.
Google it.
Yeah, you can Google it. I'll put stuff everywhere. So, hey guys, thank you for listening. And as always, achieve greatness. What the heck was that? Achieve.
Trying to do
Achieve
Sean Connery.
greatness. Gosh. Miss Moneypenny. Thank you guys for listening.